Joe Midiri from Cole's Music, and today I would like to talk about tonguing on a reed instrument. Now, when I was learning how to tongue, I was thinking that you had to cover the whole tip of the reed when you tongued, but you really don't. All you need to do is touch a spot right underneath the tip of the reed. You only need a little bit of the tongue on the reed. Now, how we get there is, one is thinking of the syllable you use when you articulate. Now, a lot of people try to tongue by saying ta, but it's impossible to say ta repeatedly fast because you're using so much of your tongue. And also, when you try to say ta, your jaw moves, so you end up with ta, 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 which means every time you tongue, your pitch is going to go out of tune. What I think of is T, because T only uses that center of the top of the tongue. I always say the top of the tip of your tongue against the bottom of the tip of the reed. So in other words, you're just using that center part, and you can say T very rapidly, T, 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 T. So just practicing that syllable to get used to how you're going to tongue is really going to help you with articulation. And there's a great little exercise, because the other thing you need to do is whenever you tongue is not stop the air. The tongue is what stops the reed, but the air is still thinking it's going to move forward, regardless of what you're doing with the tongue. So what I like to do is have a student play a note, and then when I tell them to, put the tongue on the reed, but keep blowing. And then when I tell them to, take the tongue away. So to get that concept, you do it very slowly, and you make sure that you leave a lot of space between notes. On clarinet, a G is a good note to start with. It's an easy note to play. On saxophone, a C. But in other words, playing the note, and then putting your tongue on the reed, but continuing to blow against the reed, like this. What you want to make sure is that whenever that tongue goes on the reed, that you feel the air is trying to get through. It's right there at the reed. Another thing I also recommend is putting a mirror on a music stand and watching what happens when you articulate. If your Adam's apple is bobbing up and down, that means that every time you stop the tongue on the reed, put the tongue on the reed, you're also closing your throat. So you're basically going buh, so you're stopping the air back in here as well. So none of this should move. So you see when I tongue, there's no movement there. It's all at the tip of the reed and the tip of the tongue. Like that. So another great little exercise is just taking a scale and playing a note, putting the tongue on the reed, and then lifting the finger to the next note, then releasing, like this. And that's how we learn how to articulate. So the key is very little tongue on the reed, just about that much, and keeping the air right at the tip of the reed the whole time that you're tonguing. So good luck and have fun.